Hey, you guys, happy Friday. Hey, Free, my sister. How are you? Hey, NXS, how are you, honey? Hang on, y'all. I feel like my mic is like I'm rambling or something. How y'all doing? Hey, Miss Judy. Stop in to say hi. Hit the like button. I have infusion today. So I'm get all hooked up. What's your infusion for, Miss Judy? If you don't mind sharing. Hey, Adri. Is it Adria? Hi, baby. Happy Friday. Hey, Lolita. How are you? How you guys doing? I saw a few of you guys in some of the other chats and oh, rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. Okay, well, I hope that goes well for you, Miss Judy. Health is wealth, baby. So I saw hi Leela, how are you? I saw a few of you guys over in a few other people's chat. I think I saw y'all in like Dawn's chat and Ham's chat and Felicia's chat. Great. How about you? I am amazing. Um, as well as could be expected. I'll just say that, right? But I can't complain. Life is good. I'm still smiling. I'm still spoiled, child. My husband brought me some wine home, baby. So it's gonna be a nice chill night. I think we're gonna watch a movie or something together. He's actually watching a movie with the girls right now so that I could do this live. And then him and I will watch a movie again later. So thank you, hon. I'll catch the replay in between the nurse coming in to check on me. Okay, Miss Judy. Um, but anyway, so I saw a few of you and y'all like I forgot who it was. She's like, "Girl, when you going live?" Because I had took a couple days off, much needed. Y'all know I'm always very big about mental health and just self-reflection and things like that. And so I think I needed to take a break. And so that's what I did. I also was hoping that it would discourage some of the negativity, but we have all seen that that is not necessarily the case because the thing about people who want to be negative, they are going to be negative, whether you participate or not. So that part of the plan did not work, but I was able to get some much needed rest and just a break away from social media and be able to support some of the other content creators while I chill. Hi, Ruby. Welcome in, baby. Great things are going to get better. Absolutely. I stand on that. Thank you so much, Free. Y'all hit that like button for me. Hi, Brandy. Hey, Rozzy. How are you guys doing? Good morning. I know it's still early for you guys, but it is 6:30 p.m. here in Germany. I know somebody gonna ask, so I go ahead and put that out there. So anyway, y'all know me, short and sweet and to the point. I've already organized my live. I do. Hey, DM. I've already organized my thoughts on what I want to talk about. I do have a video that I think I want to share because I am not a mental health psychiatrist or anything like that, but the topic that I am talking about does have a lot to do with mental health, right? And so I want to talk about this topic because it's a topic that I did spend some time studying while I was studying for my bachelor's because I do not have a master's. I know you guys probably have heard that, but I do not have a master's degree, you guys. I have a bachelor's degree. Hey, Lakey, happy Friday, baby. Hey, Shanta, welcome in, baby. So, anyway, this was something that we discussed amongst many disorders and things like that when I was in school. And I feel like some of us have been witnessing some of this here on the platform, and so I thought it would be a great topic to discuss. But before I get into the topic, I want to say this as a disclaimer. Hey, Bullseye, welcome in, baby. I am not a psychiatrist or a mental health doctor of any kind. So this live is for educational purposes only, based on research that you two are able to research on your own. And I do encourage you to do your own research because, like I said, I'm not a doctor. And just I'm working on my master's as well in social work. I'm actually considering going back for my master's, but I'm not all the way sure yet because basically I'm looking at a career change right now, y'all. Like I'm in the process of changing my job, and I had the interview on Tuesday, and so if all of that works out, once I start this job, I will most likely pursue my master's if necessary for like licensing purposes and things like that. But that's still up in the air, so I'm not sold on that. But I may actually do go back for my master's here pretty soon. Hey, Pammy Poo, welcome in, baby. Special K, how are you, baby? Hey, Shay T, you're just in time, Shay. So anyway, so my topic today, y'all, is I want to talk about narcissistic personality disorder, right? And so, like, the textbook definition for that is a mental health condition characterized by a long term pattern of grandiosity, which is basically a need for admiration and a lack of empathy for others, right? And so, a lot of us, especially here on social media, we like to throw the term around narc every time we don't like someone or their behavior or things that they display that we don't necessarily agree with. But um, there are definitely very narcissistic people out here who may or may not have been diagnosed with this particular disorder. And I feel that we have been a witness to a lot of that here lately, right? So, people with narcissistic personality disorder, they often have like an inflated sense of like their own importance, right? And like a deep need for excessive attention or admiration, but they lack like concern for others, like empathy. They don't care about what, the needs of other people because only theirs matter, right? And so while they may seem self assured or confident, it can actually mask a lot of deep insecurities. Um, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's a bit ticklish to me. Anyway, so when it comes to this disorder, right, which is basically a narcissistic disorder, a personality disorder, right? These people may feel a need to assert dominance or control in any type of relationship or connection or any environment that they are in, right? So they tend to act out of like deep fear of being seen as weak or insignificant or unimportant. And so when you challenge that, you start getting very belligerent and anger and rage filled reactions, right? And this is honestly because their self esteem is often fragile. And like their outward behaviors, such as being extremely arrogant or manipulative, can be attempts to safeguard their ego and maintain like an image of superiority over other people, right? Thank you so much, Bullseye, for that disclaimer. So anyway, I also find it while I was doing some research on the topic or whatever, it also starts speaking about how people who have experienced different levels of trauma, neglect, or powerlessness in their life, like in the past, may develop like coping mechanism where they feel the need to overcompensate for their lack of control by trying to assert power over others, right? And I think I've shared with you guys in the past, like how I had a boss who was like this. And I was very shocked and appalled because she was retired military. So, me being a military spouse, you guys, when I experience people who are prior military or any type of military affiliated, I'm taken aback when the behavior doesn't match, right? Because I am married to a man that this November will have been in the military for 20 years. And I cannot get this man to break no type of law, no type of rule. Like sometimes it irritates me because no shade at my core, I am a little bit of a rebel. I think y'all know that, right? And so I'm shocked and appalled when I come across people who claim to be military or a part of the military at some point in their life and they act crazy or do insane things, right? And so I had experiences like this before. Well, not experiences. There was this one experience where my boss was an African American woman, actually at the Mets. And she was retired military and very much behaved like she was narcissistic, right? There was like this whole thing of power, and if you challenge her power, like then basically it's up and stuck with you, right? And so she would do things simply because she could, right? I can remember we had like staff meetings and stuff, and like she would go around and ask us questions, and if she didn't like our answers, she would say things like, "Well, you do know at the end of the day, the decision is mine," right? Just very condescending and a power struggle. And so, hold on, y'all, sorry. Anyway, when I see things like that, it takes me aback because it's like, what part of the military did you come from, right? And I was having a conversation with my husband today, even, and I think I'm going to make this a different live topic in the future. But he was telling me how there is actually research to support that the military actually creates leaders who a lot of them end up being narcissistic, which is why you have them who like to do power trips and do very disrespectful things and just demand. Different levels of respect and power over other people based off of, oh, well, I was in the military, what I'm saying, or oh, my rank this and oh, my rank that, right? Um, to be honest with you, if you met me in real life, you probably would not even know that I was a military spouse because it is not something that I put on display, right? But you do have military spouses who like to wear what they call their husband's rank. Like, so they get in a situation and they're like, oh, do you know what my husband's rank is? Or do you know who my husband is? That type of thing, right? And so the same thing can happen with people who have been in the military, right? So they like to utilize that and wear the rank to the part where it's like, oh, I have special treatment or I deserve all of this respect, although I'm um, demonizing or being condescending to other people around me. And I have seen that so much, especially being someone who works or has worked in the past on a military base. You'll have those who are high ranking and they are very highly respectful to you and very grateful for your help and assistance. And then you have those who treat you like a freaking servant, right? Thank you so much, Lakia. I appreciate you, baby. They will treat you like a servant, as if like you're a peasant and like you owe them respect. They don't have to give you respect, but you owe them respect, right? And so that's why I wanted to talk about this topic because you have to be aware of people like that, irregardless to their level of leadership, their level of power or what have you. I don't care what your rank, your power is, what your previous position was in life, how you overcame whatever you overcame. Baby, respect goes both ways and it's on a two-way street, right? And so that is why it's something that I try to live by. I don't care what level I get to in life, right? I understand that people are very much human and they deserve respect, regardless to where you are in life, right? You don't get to be condescending or utilize your muscle just because you can, because you're in a place of power or in your mind, you're at some place of power. And so that is why I wanted to cover this topic. Let me scroll back up real quick. Hey, grown woman status, baby. Happy Friday. Let's see. And it's a lot of them over there and all around. Right, Charlene. I see it all the time. Um, Stopping in to say hello. Thank you so much, Keisha. Appreciate you, baby. Happy Friday. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Impeccable. How are you, baby? Great topic. Miss Mia says, "Hey, Ashley, speak on it because jail is a whole case study, starting with the doorstep." No, for real, Miss Mia. Like I said, we've all been witnessing it here. Like, not even just on this platform, but all around. There are a lot of people who, like, they have narcissistic traits. And to be honest with you, I think all of us can be manipulative in some ways or another at some point in our life, like realistically. But it's to a different level or on a different level when it's extreme. There are outbursts and rage attached to it, a bunch of anger and screaming and trying to harass and stalk and bully people. Like that takes the whole narcissistic personality disorder to a whole nother level. And like I said, to be honest with you, there are people who are running around the world with diagnoses that have not been diagnosed respectfully. Hey Hattie, welcome in, baby. Hey Butterfly, how are you? Um, let's see. My sister was in the military, the Navy, made a career out of it. She's retired now, but she's nothing like to retire. I've witnessed on this app. Right, Lolita. And that's why I said, and I had very deep conversations with my husband, as well as someone else recently who was also retired military, and they both were taken aback and just saying, like, there's no freaking way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say, like, as hard as it is to believe, like I have experienced situations like this in my real life, and it didn't go well, you guys, like because she knew she had the power. And the one thing about having a position with the federal government, like especially if it falls within the military chain of command, right? So like my boss, like her boss was a commander in the military. So like I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but military people, when it comes to like jobs for civilians or people who are not in the military, but they work for the military, they don't like doing paperwork, right? So when things like that happen, it gets swept under the rug a lot. Even though it's wrong and all of that, they don't like doing paperwork. So it's like either suck it up or quit. Like they don't care, respectfully, right? They'll hear you out and all of that other stuff, but then you'll just be labeled as a problem child overall. So you just get to a point where you just suck it up and stop complaining because they're not going to go through the trouble of doing paperwork and things of that nature. And I've spoken to my husband and he said the actual military is like that as well. They just don't like doing paperwork. And he says, as a military spouse, we definitely, yep. What yourselves? I come from a military family as well, and I can assure you, not everyone acts that way. However, there's a lot of veterans with undiagnosed mental illness. Exactly. Water yourself. Exactly. Exactly. And that is 100% true because although the military is supportive of mental health, a lot of people do not get properly diagnosed because they don't want it to impact their career or their benefits. You know what I'm saying? And so when things like that happen, thank you so much, Butterfly. I appreciate you so much, baby. Happy Friday. So when things like that happen, a lot of people don't want to address it or deal with it. And then you got to think like, especially when it comes to like, being retired or how you're being discharged. And I mean, there's so many ways to retire, you guys. Like just because someone retired does not mean they did a full 20 years in the service, right? You can be medically retired. Like things can happen and you be honorably discharged and there could be benefits attached to that. Like there's so many different layers to it, right? And so, what happens is people will do whatever is best for them to get the best or the most out of their benefits, right? So a lot of people who are in the military or were a part of the military, they go misdiagnosed purposely because they didn't want their career to be impacted. You know what I'm saying? Like to be in the military or a part of the military, you have to go through very extensive testing, not just ASVABs. You have to be mentally sane. Like there are certain medications you cannot be prescribed. You cannot be diagnosed with certain conditions and things of that nature because then you are not suitable, to serve as a part of the military. And the dangerous part about that is that you will have people who have served or are serving, and they are dangerous people to society, right? We were stationed in Vegas at one point. We lived there about 3 years, 3.5 years or so, and there were more than one unaliving by one spouse unaliving the other because of mental health diagnosis not being diagnosed and treated. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, like, people think things like this are a game and they make light of it and make jokes of it. You will find people who have these type of disorders or personality disorders, and they will try to project that onto other people to make things appear or seem like it's other people and not them. And these are all narcissistic traits. All right, let me catch up on the comments and then I'll get back to my notes. We just act definitely as military spouse. Yep, I'm a rebel too, and that's why I stand out or am targeted. I just realized I've been targeted a lot lately. Is that because I go by the be my own? Most likely, Shay, and me as well. But to be honest with you, I'm not like a rebel like that, right? Like I just do what I want to do respectfully. Like, I mean, it's my life and I take accountability for my life, but I'm not just out here, like, rebelling against everything for no reason. It's just that if you present me an opportunity and I don't want to take that opportunity, I'm not going to take that. You know what I'm saying? And some people sees that as, oh, she's difficult. Oh, she's, this or she's a rebel or whatever. No, it's just that I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid all the time. If the Kool-Aid ain't for me, baby, I don't want it. That's it and that's all. And so some people get offended by that. And yes, it can make you a target. PTSD is real. They need to reevaluate a lot of these vets. No, for real, honey, for real. Like respectfully, it's getting a bit ridiculous, and honestly, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have mental health diagnosis or personality disorders that are not checked, like that's how you end up with very heinous or severe crimes happening to people because people do not get their like people don't take their mental health seriously. And it can get dangerous. I will say that every veteran I know, especially the women, carry themselves with class. Right. Well, honey, I thought so too. Hey, Angela, welcome in, baby. How are you? Lolita says she did 20 years. She went right after high school, was retired by 39. Actually, all she does is travel now. She is always on a cruise somewhere, always calling me to travel with her. Like I'm retired. No, you know what's so funny, Lolita? My husband, my husband is around that age now. We are like 3 years apart. I just turned 37, so yeah, he'll be 40 this year, and this year's 20 years. Yep. Pearlie says, "Hey, Ashley, that person made you shed light on the corruption over there. That's all." Absolutely. And I'm not crazy, Pearlie, and it's all good. I'm okay with that, but it is what it is. Like I'm gonna be who I am regardless, right? So anyway, so back to narcissists. Hey Lisa, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. So narcissists often use gaslighting. I'm sure we all know what gaslighting is. With gaslighting, it's basically someone trying to make you believe that what you saw or what you experienced did not happen. That's what gaslighting is, right? Narcissists will also use guilt tripping. Hi, Late. Welcome in, baby. They may use projection. They're very big at projecting their behaviors and their reactions and things onto other people. And they are also guilty of emotional blackmail to control or confuse other people, right? And so, some of the patterns that you may notice with people who have narcissistic personality disorder is, for one, they will overcompensate, right? They might act superior or domineering in social or professional settings to mask their actual feelings of inadequacy, right? Manipulation is also a big one, right? So, attempting to control others through emotional or psychological tactics, like to gain a sense of security of importance. Aggression, that's a major one with people who have narcissistic traits, right? People might use anger or force to intimidate somebody into some sort of submission, right? Like you're gonna bow down to me. Like they're notorious for that. Essentially, trying to exert power to mask their own vulnerabilities in their own lives, right? Another thing is they are a lot of the times preoccupied with their fantasies of success, right? It's all about me. Look at me. Look what I've accomplished. I'm the shit. I'm better than this. I'm better than that. Just major flexors, you guys. Also very preoccupied with their power, their quote unquote brilliance, their beauty, any type of ideal love, any of those things, they will be over the top about those things. Let me see. Hey, Angie, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Let's say if I didn't speak to you, baby, welcome in, honey. Um, Another thing that you may witness as a pattern of someone with narcissistic behavior or narcissistic personality disorder is believing that they are special. And I say that quote unquote, right? And that they can only be understood by other high status people, right? Like they're on this pedestal, like they only people of a certain caliber like gets them or should be around them, right? There is also things like a constant need for praise and validation, right? Like, ain't I good? Or look what I did? Or, I'm this, I'm that. Hi, Unchosen. Welcome in, baby. Blessed beyond measures. Hey, baby. Major Delulu Flexer. Right. Grown woman status. Do you hear me, girl? Hey, baby, relax. So another thing you might notice is like them expecting special treatment or automatic compliance with their expectations. And I'm not gonna lie, I find this hilarious. Like when any adult tries to demand compliance from another adult. Like, baby, we are not children, and we're all different, and we all see things different, and we all have different beliefs and morals, and we just see the world differently, you guys. And so it's not only disrespectful to try to demand compliance with another adult that is not like your child or something of the sort. Like, you sound crazy, respectfully. Like, you sound insane to be trying to, demand these type of things. And some people do, especially people who are narcissistic in any types of positions of power, right? Another thing you will notice, they will use others for personal gain without empathy or concern for their well-being. Training people to do what you want them to do is a great example, right? Believing that others are envious of them or feeling envious of others' success or qualities. Again, narcissistic people are very grandiose. Like, oh, look at me, I'm the shit. It's because of me. Oh, somehow it has to reflect back to some great character or trait that happened because of them. D Ham said 100. Point blank and period, right? And then lastly, you might see them acting in a condescending or dismissive way towards others because only deserve empathy, only they deserve respect, only they deserve any type of acknowledgement for the things and the trials that they go through, because screw everybody else, right? What are yourself says they project a lot as well. Absolutely. Like nonstop. Shanta says, right, crazy as fuck, to be honest. No, for real. That's how I feel. So I'm going to take a break here, you guys. I want to play this video clip. It is from Dr. Phil. I think it's like 7 minutes long, but you're going to hear him say some of the same things that I have found on the topic, but I think he breaks it down really great. And so I want to share that with you guys really quickly. Okay, give me 1 second.
The narcissist needs to be the center of attention, and anybody else that's getting any attention is a threat. Anybody else that's getting laughs, anybody else that's getting focused on, anybody else that's of interest, we need to get rid of them, because all the attention needs to be on the narcissist. They have a really pathological need for admiration. They need people to tell them how smart they are, how interesting they are, how special they are, show them how entitled they are. And if that doesn't happen, they get very upset. They get very frustrated, and they can go on the attack. And when we say a lack of empathy, these folks just don't have the ability to stand in somebody else's shoes. Somebody might show up late to work, and you say, "Oh, you're never late. What happened?" They might say, "Oh, just as I was leaving this morning, my dog got out and was hit by a car and killed my dog." What would be a normal reaction? People would go, "Oh my gosh, you must feel terrible. I'm so sorry." Not a narcissist. A narcissist doesn't have the ability to identify with that person's feelings. So they might say, well, you're here now. Or, what kind of dog? Well, you'll have to get another one. So anyway, what I was wanting to talk to you about, they have no ability to reflect feelings. They have no ability to identify with what that person might be experiencing at the time and be empathetic. Now, this is different from sympathetic. I'm talking about empathetic, where they can identify with that person's feelings, put themselves in their position for a minute, and understand how they might be feeling. They don't have that ability, which is why it's very difficult for them to ever have a close relationship with anybody. So we're talking about a sense of self-importance and entitlement, preoccupation with fantasies. They create this world of how special and how important they are. They believe that they're special. They believe that they're unique. They're very exploitive. They're very arrogant. So you'll see them doing something that you would think, oh my gosh, they must be embarrassed about this. They don't read the room. You might see them saying or doing something that anybody would be embarrassed to say or do, and everybody in the room's rolling their eyes. The narcissist doesn't see that because they don't read the room.
Okay. ah, I'm sorry. He just so on point. It's insane. But I just want to pause it here because I want to do some commentary here, so it's not just playing his video through, right? But as y'all can see, he pretty much backs up a lot of the information that I have found on the topic so far. Sounds like a person we all know. Exactly, Eddie. Let's talk about it. So anyway, I just want to cut back to my notes real quick. And it says, when people with narcissistic personality disorder feel challenged or their sense of superiority is threatened, they will react in ways that are often dramatic, intense, and sometimes destructive, right? And it made me think back, like, that's why I wanted to pause it here, because how he was saying, like, they don't read the room, and the things that a typical narc would say, most people in the room are very uncomfortable or looking around trying to figure out, yo, like, is this person okay? But they don't see anything wrong with what they've said or how they're behaving or things that they are doing, right? And I believe that their reactions are deeply connected, like, to their fragile self-esteem, right? And they need to maintain their inflated image of themselves to, so it just doesn't register for them. And that's how you know that you're dealing with a true narc. To be that mad, it has to be some truth in what was exposed. Exactly, Pearly. Or just the whole fact of not only that, but narcs don't like to be challenged. They, I'm telling you, it's like, how dare you step up to me or challenge me in any type of way because I am it. Like, who do you think you are? You know, and they'll ask you that, and they mean it. Angie says, Ashley chats, hopefully I can get off. I'm so tired. Work in a daycare center. Don't get me wrong. I love my job, but I'm just tired. Oh, I can imagine, Angie. I've worked in a daycare center a while back. Child, I would never do that again. Hey, Nisha. Welcome in, baby. Um, so anyway, they might deny like the validity of the challenge altogether, right? Minimizing it or ignoring the issue at hand. And they could act as if the criticism is irrelevant or baseless, right? Like I said, they don't like being challenged. So instead of acknowledging their own flaws or mistakes, they might blame someone else or different external factors, right? This is why that happened. Like, because it's not because of them, it's because of everything else or everyone else but them, right? And so they often externalize, blame rather than taking accountability or responsibility for it because there's always a reason why. And so when their inflated sense of self, like their self image, is threatened, they might respond with anger or rage. This is sometimes referred to as narcissistic rage, right? They can lash out verbally, they become extremely hostile and condescending or even abusive in some cases, right? Because how dare you? It's literally like watching an adult temper tantrum, right? So the emotional intensity might not match the scale of the challenge, but it reflects how deeply their sense of self is tied to the admiration or the control, right? Because again, somebody that does not have this type of personality disorder may look at them like, yo, you're bugging. You know what I'm saying? And they're thinking, no, I have the right to behave this way, although it doesn't match, right? Someone said that you said something and the person said it's not true, and now you're losing your mind and in a full fit of rage. Whereas someone who does not have that type of personality disorder, you may be looking like, yo, what happened? Like it wasn't even that serious, right? What are yourself says they lack accountability. Absolutely. Hey, Candy Kisses, baby. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Free says, crazy. I literally just said when I lost my mom and sister, my sense of compassion and empathy heightened. Exactly, Free. And I kid you not, Free. There is someone, there's a content creator, that's going through something medically right now, and just hearing her experience and what she's going through, my heart broke for her immediately because all I could think about is, man, what if this was me, right? This girl has children, I have children, you know what I'm saying? And so when I see this type of like narc behavior, it it takes me aback, right? Because all I could think of is, for one, true enough, when you have any type of diagnosis, like as far as mental health and things like that, you need to get that checked. Like there are medications and treatments and things that can help you get through whatever it is that you're dealing with, right? But it's irresponsible to know that there's something wrong or that you're being disrupted to society regularly and you just refuse to get the help that you need. You know what I'm saying? And you're just out here using and abusing and mistreating people. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. You know what I'm saying? So it blows my mind because there are people out here who are beautiful people, right? Like the content creator that I am referring to. Beautiful people who want to do the right thing and they're trying to live their life right and do, what matters in life. And then you have those who have been given another chance at life and they take that for granted, right? Like they misuse it and abuse it and attack people and things like that. So I'm just mind blown, that how people like don't understand how fragile life is, right? There's some people who would love the chance at, great health or being able to be mobile. Just like I shared with you guys recently, like my coworker is in hospice, like she can't walk anymore, she barely can eat, and some days she doesn't eat. Just the little things in life that we do secondhand, right? It's nothing for us to put food in our mouth and swallow or get up and walk wherever we want to walk and things like that. And and then for people to have that blessing every day of their life and then just shun it and take it for granted, it's mind-boggling. It's mind, especially over something as simple as power and control over other human beings, over other adults. Like, listen, I don't want to be in control of my own self sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't want to control other people. um so I definitely share the same sentiments, Free. Let's see. Hi, Danny. Welcome in, baby. Strike A, do you know life has any plan in your life? Oh, great. I would love to strike Ashley D. I sure would. Because her channel ain't hitting no shit anyway. So I would love, thank you so much for letting me know. I can't wait to strike her garbage channel, respectfully. Grown woman status says very irresponsible. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Danny. Sanctimonious, pretending to be morally superior, often in a hypocritical way. Man, what you say? Bullseye, what do you say, baby? Honey, that's a whole nother live, but I'm trying to keep this real positive. But listen here. Y'all better run away from them people that be trying to be morally sound and they love the Lord and busting the church doors down every Sunday. Because, baby, them could be the worst ones, respectfully. So, anyway, let's hear what else Dr. Phil had to say, and then I will get back into what else I had to say. Grown woman status says very much garbage channel, but let's carry on. Exactly. Like, girl, bye.
They're not interested in anybody's opinion. They just want to know that they're the focus of attention, and they assume everybody thinks they're as special and unique as they think they are. Again, they're very envious of anybody else that thinks they're special or has a unique perspective or point of view. Now, understand that when we're talking about these kind of people, they're very, very difficult to get along with unless you're willing to subordinate your interest, your needs to these people at all times. And if you're not, they're going to put you in your place. Now, stop and ask yourself if you deal with people like this in your life, how often are you going to encounter somebody that is truly a narcissist?
Okay, so I just wanted to pause it here because I think he made a really great point. How he was saying like they're very hard to deal with unless basically you fall in line at all times, which means you got to do what they want you to do all the time. And then when you don't, that's when you start getting very intense, crazy rage outbursts and things of that nature, which is something that we have all witnessed. You know what I'm saying? At some point in our life, and definitely here on social media here recently, because again, like I said, it goes back to how dare you challenge me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you think you are? People who are narcissistic, they like to feel like they are the reason that you are where you are, right? Like they are the reason why you have been successful or you've gotten to wherever you are in life, and if you dare challenge that, you know what I'm saying, like there's going to be a problem. So I'm glad that he said that because it made a really great point. Now she's stealing your content, Nisha. She not the only one, baby. It's like, you know what, but I'm gonna help the masses, baby. I'm working on a video right now as we speak about how you can get content creating ideas. So hopefully it will help some of these content creators that can't seem to find their own content, or thinks that harassment and bullying online daily are legit forms of content. So hopefully I can help some people out. Deep down, we may never know it. I bet it was a lot of complaints against her. Control freak, talking about a goat, stubborn as a goat. You know, it's so funny. I'm glad you mentioned a goat. Because speaking of a goat, right? What is a goat, y'all? Goat stands for greatest of all time, right? And so we like to throw that word around like, oh, this person's the GOAT, that person's the GOAT, blah, 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 right? The word GOAT is used to describe someone who is considered the best in the field or the best in the profession, right? And it's usually referred to like sports or some type of entertainment, right? A real GOAT doesn't need to cause confusion for motion, right? So please understand that before y'all out here calling people goats and things like that, if they are authors of confusion or disorder or manipulation or attacking or tearing down someone or in some place or another, hi Spicy Brown, welcome in, baby. Um, that is not a goat, y'all. A true GOAT does not require any confusion or misdirection to achieve any type of success or movement. That's what makes them a GOAT, right? They are the greatest in their field. They are the greatest in their profession. Michael Jordan, to name one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means like this man, like, he's the GOAT, not because people are calling him the GOAT, like his numbers say he's the GOAT. Okay, exactly, word yourself. That's a bully. Right. We have to learn terminology, you guys. We just be throwing words around here, like, no, baby. The idea of a goat is that someone who is not just great for a period of time, right? You're not great for 3 months. You're great for decades. You know what I'm saying? Their excellence stands the test of times, right? And it's unmatched by anyone else in history. That's what a goat is, right? Gold is one of the highest compliments because it signifies that someone has made a permanent mark on the industry or the craft. Okay, not just somebody that's on YouTube bullying. That's not a goat, you guys. Respectfully. Hi, Lachelle. Welcome in, baby. Thank you so much, Lakey, for that super sticker, baby. I appreciate you. I will be looking forward to seeing that video about content creation. Absolutely, Latae. I will be dropping it. I actually have two. I have two. One about content creating ideas, and then another one about how you can improve your channel. And that one is a little bit more lengthy. Like, I'm still writing out some of the tips and tricks and things like that. Lisa says she is the hugest narcissist one on one. Tell me about it. They are so dangerous, stealing people's ideas, so lame. Right, right, and then taking credit for it. You know how it goes. Um, that part, actually put it on the floor. My breath of fresh air. I love you, Miss Lisa. That the ads are adding, but I understand it helps to support y'all. Are they, Angie? I'm sorry, girl. Not they smacking y'all with too many. I'm sorry. Let her listen to the message very well, maybe for her. Oh, for sure, Candy kisses, for sure. Because the thing about the content, contrary to what people like to believe or whatever, I do try to make sure that it is something helpful. You could put all the hate and mix it all in all you want, but at the same time, baby, you might catch a gem or two. But on Jesus Christ, I'm not afraid to strike, and I will. So you could play with me if you want to, baby, because I will most definitely be striking. Like, I'm not going to play these little pity pat games. I don't mind people using or sharing my content if it's going to be for educational purposes, but not for you to hate and demonize and try to tear it down. Absolutely not. Your page will be struck. So I hope you plan on hiding it. And whichever one of y'all that are not busy right now, please copy the URL for me and send it to me on Instagram. My Instagram is Mind of Her Own 88, because whether she puts it in memberships or not, I can still strike it respectfully. Thank you. His attitude made him that way. Straight bully. Right. It's ridiculous. That's right. Ain't nothing great about pulling up a background, staring up Raph, no messy person. Right. It's just ridiculous at this point. Don't get off live now. AD still gonna strike. No, for real. I'm telling you, like, don't let me catch it, because I'm going to strike you respectfully. Hi, Miss Bevins. Welcome in, baby. Hey, that one. How are you, baby? Go is a positive impact on others' lives. Exactly, Candy Kisses. Somebody that you can learn from. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody that just like people to tell them they to go. No, baby. It's the greatest person of all time in the field, in your profession, baby. Not just, a bunch of people coming to your chat telling you to go. No, ma'am, baby. You're supposed to stand out in a number of ways. On the charts, numbers, like when people say your name, like if I say Mr. Beast, whether y'all watch him or support him or not, y'all know who I'm talking about. That's an example of somebody that might be considered a YouTube GOAT. Okay? Period. He can have the GOAT title because he is actually the GOAT of manipulation, lies, bullying, deflection, and narcissistic behavior on this app. No, for real. The GOAT of narcissism, like, for real. So that have it. He's absolutely the GOAT evil on here. No, for real. Hi, Lolo. Happy Friday, baby. How are you? Welcome in. MJ attitude was in line with being a GOAT. Exactly, Pearly. That's what I'm saying. And like I said, he may not be the GOAT to everybody, but I just threw that name out there to give you an example of perspective of what an actual GOAT is. Not just somebody saying that somebody's the GOAT because that's their favorite content creator. Baby, no ma'am. That's not it, boo. But anyway, let's get back to Dr. Phil real quick. He almost done.
Be show offs or whatever. A lot of people are that way sometimes. When I'm talking about a narcissistic personality disorder, I'm talking about a consistent pattern of behavior that you'll see over and over again. Not occasionally, not they just have a day where they just kind of think they're all hot stuff. I'm talking about a pattern of behavior across time. Now, these people tend to gaslight you if you try to call them on their behavior. In fact, I always tell people that ask me about it, they say, look, I've put up with all this that I'm going to put up with. So, Doc, I'm just going to call them out. I'm just going to confront them and get in their face and let them know you're not special. You're not unique. You're taking advantage of me, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. So, what do you think, Doc? Don't you think I should do that? You know what I always tell people? Don't bother. Don't bother. First off, they already know what they're doing. You're not going to tell them anything. So if you're doing that, you're doing it for you, not for them.
For the people in the back, y'all heard Dr. Phil? Don't bother. Don't waste your time. These people know what they doing, y'all. Do you hear me? Dr. Phil told y'all, don't even bother. I couldn't even sum it up no better than that. People know what they're doing. Lolo says this is a relaxing, interesting live listen as I rest for work tonight. Oh, Lolo, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate that. But yes, I had to pause it there because, like, what you say, Dr. Phil, baby, don't even bother. Sometimes, y'all, we gotta let people sit in their misery, right? And I'm not gonna lie, whenever I encounter people and I know that there has to be some type of mental health issue there, whether it's been addressed medically or not, I almost feel a level of empathy. Not that it excuses the behavior or that I don't still dislike the behavior very much, but it's like it is so sad that you know that there's something wrong and you won't address it. You know what I'm saying? You would rather just go around and be a menace to society and destroy people's lives and create a bunch of bad karma for yourself, not even realizing that that's exactly what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just address the issue that you have, right? Because just like with a lot of medical diagnosis, like for instance, we were talking about losing weight, diabetes, things like that, um on my previous live, right? A lot of things can be either treatable and can be reduced, and then there are some things that can be reversed. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people that are walking around in society and they have like bipolar diagnosis and things like that, right? But you don't know that, or you can't tell unless they stop taking their medication. They stop doing what they are told to do medically to handle it, right? So it's just sad, and discouraging, right? To know that we have to coexist in a world with people like that who they know what they're doing and they know that it's wrong. And it's even worse when you have a support system that enables you, right? They boost you up, they hype you up to continue to do that type of behavior, right? Until it smacks one of them in the face, right? Until the tables turn and it's done to them, right? And it's so crazy to me. I've seen so much, and we've all moved on from the sector, the saga, whatever, right? But I'm mind blown now, like how so many people were outraged because quote unquote Brianna was being bullied by a bunch of women, right? And then we come online, you guys, and we watch people purposely antagonize and bully people who have asked to be left alone multiple times. I've seen it done not just to myself, but other content creators in the space as well, when they're begging and pleading like, please leave me alone, I don't want anything to do with it, I would like to move on, and it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's so crazy to me because we live in a world where people are so hypocritical, right? And there's so much hypocrisy here, and people, they get a kick out of it, right? Because it's not them. But then when the tables turn and it is them, right? Because I don't care what nobody say. Me as well as several other content creators no longer report on the girl, right? Nobody long, does anything to bother that girl. We've let her go live her life, right? So why can't other people do the same? Why? Because of what we're talking about right now. Narcissistic personality disorder. There are some people who get a kick out of it. People get a kick out of having power and trying to demean and overpower people, or try to appear like they are more dominant than other people, because they have to get their rocks off on feeling like I'm the boss. I win. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad and pathetic at this point. So, like Dr. Phil says, it's not even worth it, baby. Let them have it in so many words. Let me see what you guys said and then we'll play the rest. Let's see. Y'all were talking to each other. That one, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate that. Good content on narcissistic behavior. Thank you so much. And you know what? I don't know how far this will go, but as long as I have a topic and things keep happening, I will definitely be reporting. Because no shade, baby. I do have a background in psychology, so I'm a great person to speak on it respectfully. Blessed beyond measures. What's so hard about moving on in your life and leaving others alone? Exactly, blessed beyond measure. It's really not that hard. To be honest, it's so peaceful. It is so peaceful. I'm telling you, like when I am not, like I haven't been live those 2 days, y'all, I've been big chilling at home with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so peaceful. I support other content creators, whenever I'm available and things like that in between, different things going on without throughout my day and things of that nature. But it's so peaceful. How much energy do you have to sit aside to invest into someone else? It's insane to me. And that's why I said this was a great topic, because at some point there's got to be a diagnosis, you guys. There's got to be a diagnosis for this type of behavior to be happening over and over and over again with people who are not bothering you. Hi Nancy, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Free says, hell, they started on the supporters too. Miss Foxy, myself, others, as if we are property and own. Right, Miss Free? Like, come on now. Like, like I said, I've seen it so much, and that's why I said at this point there has got to be, there has got to be a diagnosis. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. Goat had an original negative meaning. The goat used to be someone who was a failure, a problem, or someone who was blamed for a loss. Oh, scapegoat. Yep, you're right, Bullseye. Thank you for that. You're absolutely right. Adria, Adria, I think I'm saying it right, says exactly, don't bother. It's a waste of time. And I know it's hard, especially when you're on the chopping block for no reason, or people are doing things that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like people digging. Baby, listen, now I see how some of y'all feel to be having y'all background dug up because you had an opinion different from somebody else on the app. Like what does somebody background got to do with us having a disagreement on the app? You know what I'm saying? So to be fishing for information on somebody, or hey, have you ever talked to this person? Can you send me any type of text messages or things like that? That is, listen, y'all, it's a whole different level of desperation, and it is what it is, and we just gonna keep on rolling with it, and we're gonna move forward. But again, I think this topic was very suitable. Ain't nothing like peace. Exactly, Lolo, and I'm here for it. Thank you so much, Nancy Davis, for that super sticker, baby. I appreciate you. All right, let me play this some.
because they're not going to change based on what you say to them. What they're going to do is gaslight you. You're going to hear a lot of statements like, you're the narcissist. I never said that. I'm not angry. I'm not taking advantage of you. I'm not that way. You're that way. Look at you. You're judging me. They're going to play the victim role and attack you. And before it's over, they're going to be in a victim role and telling you that you're the one with the problem. And trust me, they have more staying power than you do. They will never give it up. These folks don't respond to therapy very well at all. About a third of them that get into therapy, they'll get up and walk out in a rage as soon as you start to take their inventory. About a third of them will find something about the therapist they don't like, and they'll start criticizing and trying to get into a battle of wills, try to win a debate rather than learn anything. And, the remainder, they might try to listen for a period of time. Some might get some better, but I can tell you, generally speaking, I think some of these people actually get worse in therapy than better, because the therapist tries to point out to them what their deficiencies are, such as a lack of empathy. And they say, what do you mean? And they might use the example that I used of what happens when somebody comes in and says their dog got run over. So what they're doing is basically teaching the narcissist how to mimic empathy. So all they've done is make the narcissist more dangerous, because now the narcissist at least knows how to mimic the first layer of empathetic conversation or behavior. And that's why I say they've actually made them worse. They now have given them the tools to at least hide their narcissism a little bit better.
Okay, and I think he made a really great point there at the end about how, like, even with the therapy, it may not. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I always forget to close off the tab. Anyway, I think he made a great point by saying that, basically you can make a narcissist worse if they go to therapy because then it can teach them over time how to mask it, right? And I think that's so true, right? Because let's be real here. That's why you end up getting I don't want to say shocked and surprised, but sometimes it'll catch you off guard because you won't know that someone is a narcissist until you have experienced them on that level. Because some of them are very good at hiding that they are a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Until you cross them or you do something that they don't want or they don't like, then yeah, then it's up and stuck, and now shit just got real, and people are weird, and shit just blows up. You know what I'm saying? And you have you ever been in a situation where you're literally questioning like, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that this person exists, right? And I am someone that I have experienced that a lot here lately. Like, I can't even explain to you guys, like, to have someone even that you considered a friend to partake in trying to tear you down or misrepresent you when they know what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that kind of make you question what the hell, like, not just like not only about who the person is, but you kind of question your own judgment, right? Like, how the hell didn't I see this? And it makes it even worse when people warned you. People warned you. People warned you, y'all. And I don't want to, I was going to shout somebody out, but I'm not going to do it. But she knows who she is. She warned me about this person, and I didn't listen, and I gave another chance, and I got bit in the ass for it. And it's all good, we're moving forward. But like I said, I just thought this was a really dope topic. I am going to jump this live here pretty soon because I think I saw that Amber has a live coming up, and I don't want to intercept with her live or whatever. But I just wanted to share with you guys what you're observing sometimes, or things that you should look out for when you feel like someone is behaving like a narc. They may have a narcissistic personality disorder, because there are more people than we realize that have these type of disorders. And if you pay attention to their behavior patterns, it'll all make sense for you in the end. Let's see. Voice and value. How are you doing, honey? Happy Friday. Weekend road trip. I love it. Lisa says, yes, I'm healed from a 13-year-old narcissistic relationship with that ninja. Thank God I had to get counseling for what endured with the person. I love this topic. Absolutely. Overboard diagnosis. Miss Bevins, I'm not fooling with you today. They are vampires, child. Right. No accountability. Hi, Sabrina. Happy Friday, baby. Welcome in. No empathy at all. Exactly. Lisa says, absolutely, Dr. Phil. Yep. Hi, Robin. How are you doing, baby? Grown Woman Status says, I enjoyed this topic, Ash. Thank you so much. Hi, Chrissy. Loves purple. I love purple too, girl. I love it. I don't think they're intelligent enough to do meaningful content. They would have to put on their thinking caps, and they can't because they're intellectual dummies, in my opinion. Exactly, Lolita, and it shows. And that's why I say you have to pay attention to people's actions. See you later, Angie. Versus their behavior, right? Because people have the gift of gab, right? People will tell you this and say that and all, but if you pay attention to their actions and their behaviors over time, right? Not what they do for one day or 2 days or one live or two lives, overall, right? If you pay attention, it'll tell you everything that you need to know. And it's just like, shout out to Upper's live the other day. I think I shared it. It was so inspirational for me. Not that she gave me any information that I didn't already know, right? But sometimes, y'all, we need to hear information again. And sometimes when we hear from someone else, like, it's better received, or it's like maybe at this particular time that the person is saying it, I needed to receive it, right? And I thought it was, excuse me, y'all, I ate before I got on this live and I keep belching. Anyway, it was so amazing to hear her say, like, that she recognized that sometimes she goes back and forth with people who are just basically not even on her level, like, in life, period. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what? That's so true. Like, sometimes you got to ask yourself, like, girl, do you know who you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to ask yourself that, because why are you engaging in this type of behavior with these type of people? You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to stop and think in the moment when you're triggered or you're bothered or whatever. But when you're dealing with people who are narcissistic, you know what I'm saying, that should kind of help you steer yourself in a certain way as well, right? So you have to pay attention to your own movements. And there's a way to address things and do what you got to do in a classy and professional way as it pertains to your platform. And baby, I'm a queen of it. People call me trolls or whatever. Baby, you can call me whatever you want, baby. But honey, listen, I'm going to I'm going to make it make sense respectfully. Okay? The best way I know how. Hi Veronica, welcome in, baby. Someone said run. Free says great live, sis. Great live. Thank you so much, Free. Kisses back to you, baby. You still monkey chats. And your mama still a hoe. Goodbye. Shanta says it tripped me out when somebody throws something out there. They know it's false information. Then they try to say never mind. Then they know they said will stay in somebody's head, misleading and exactly, Shanta. And I ain't gonna lie, that's where I catch a lot of heat because I don't allow certain things to stay out there as it pertains to me, right? You can manipulate all you want. You can call me all type of names. I don't care about none of that, baby. But you're not gonna misrepresent me and try to pin receipts on me and things like that. And in the saga, you guys, we saw that happen to Robert LaTruth. You know what I'm saying? Like there was receipts mixed in. Some was true, some was false, and all of it was a damn lie, respectfully, right? And so I'm just not gonna stand by and allow anybody to do that to me. So sometimes that comes with a little bit of heat, but baby, I could take a little heat, baby. I done lived in Georgia before. It's all good. Candy Kisses says enjoy your live, Ash. Stay striving. Absolutely, Candy Kisses. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Let me see. You should keep going. Ashley, you speaking facts. Oh, look at him. I know, but I listen, y'all know I like to try to be considerate. I saw that I tried to go around the app and see when people I support are going live or whatever. And so I did see that Amber had a live schedule. So that's why I was like, oh, let me go live like an hour before that so I can get my live out and then she can get her live out or whatever. Thank you so much, Voice and Value. I appreciate you, baby. Um, Disrespectfully, look at this, y'all. Here go another narc, y'all. Oh, you're mad. Oh, girl, gone, baby. Y'all the one bothered. Big mad, baby. It's a rage. It's a tornado is brewing up right now. You see what I mean, dummies, them and their supporters. That was wrong. Eddie, it's all good, baby. It ain't what they call you, baby. It's what you answer to. People are so ignorant. Why come in her chat if you don't care for someone? Child, just to get banned. And you know what, y'all? It's been happening like this for me since I've been under attack for a whole week. I've had people literally go create accounts so that they can come talk smack just to get banned. Ain't no way I'm giving you that type of energy. I'm not gonna go create a whole nother YouTube page just so I can go attack somebody. It's just not that. It's really not that serious for me. Y'all really make fake pages to say that name calling shit. Grow up, dumbass. Kissing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's supposed to make me cry. Like, oh, let me start crying on my live, baby. And I still said what I said. And your people are narcs, all of them. Robin says people are weird. Lolita says Ashley always brings intelligent content. This is why I love her. Period, Lolita, and I love you too, girl. Blue says that's right. Ashley laugh at that goofy ass. No, for real. Like, baby, that don't hurt my feelings. Shit, I done been called all type of shit for like a whole year. Trust me, I'm good. I have been called everything imaginable, and I'm still here in the flesh, baby. We just on YouTube. If more people could understand that, they would stop the buffoonery and all the groupthink, right? Like, you got to follow the crowds to have an opinion. Like, you can only go with the opinion of the crowd, baby. I don't follow the crowd. I don't want the Kool-Aid, respectfully. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming through and kicking it with me. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out of this live. I appreciate y'all for coming through and spending some time with me. If you engaged in the chat, like the video, commented in the chat, sent me a super chat, sent me a super sticker, whatever way you bless my channel today. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I will catch you guys on my next live. You guys go be great and have an amazing Friday.